Alright, Showtime here, NBA Talk. Um, this edition is very one of my very favorites of the off season. They're becoming one of my couple of favorites, a likable teams of the NBA right now is the Milwaukee Bucks. I think they're coming up greatly with this great young talent to develop. So let's just get into it. Okay, they went 41-41 last season, made it to the first round. Of course, they got bounced by the Chicago Bulls in the first round in 6 games, but they put up a heavy effort. Like they challenged the Chicago Bulls to every single game. Like they gave them a run for their money because this could have been 7 games. This could have went 7 games. It weren't for them having such injuries. I mean, Jabari Parker, who was injured earlier this season, because back when he was in the starting lineup, you had so many players, like they were on a great run, but when Jabari Parker went down, they slowly went on the decline. But they were able to maintain their spot, I believe, at the 7 or 6 spot, and they were able to maintain that and hold on to that spot to get to the playoffs. And I honestly say that's a success in my eyes for them, because this gives them experience. This is probably one of the biggest things going forward for them. It's just that they need to build experience, build playoff experience, keep getting themselves into the playoffs, keep working hard. All they have to do is just keep improving, and this is sure enough, because there's a lot of young talent, a lot of upside going on. So let's get into it. Probably the biggest one so far is Greg Monroe from the Detroit Pistons. A power forward, 3 years, $52 million. This guy, a great offensive player. I don't know about defensively though. He would look like that he could play defense, but not that much. But it looks like, I think this is a great place for him to develop, to make a name for himself. Because it was looking like basically in Detroit that pretty much he was left on the back burner. Like people have slowly forgotten him, because this guy has been consistent offensively ever since he came into the NBA. So he's here for the long haul. 3 years, $52 million. Then we have Chris Copeland, a 1 year, $1.15 million. This guy played in Indiana. He was the replacement for Paul George, who hurt himself, who got hurt, and by breaking his leg I believe in a scrimmage in the USA basketball. He had a good run in New York. I don't know why New York let him go. Indiana, in the beginning, this guy was going on a great run. I mean, this guy became he basically became the top player on the team for numerous amount of games, until they pretty much put him off the back burner, because he started to slip off sometimes, and basically he had that controversial issue with a nightclub incident, I believe, where he got hurt. So they put him off the back burner and just put him off for the rest of the season. So now he's in a new place in Milwaukee Bucks. Good backup, because now they're getting backups, like people who could put up. Okay, so now they have Greivis Vasquez. I believe he played for Toronto. This guy has been in and out. This guy has played well, he doesn't get the minutes. For me, he does not get the minutes. So I mean, he played well in the Raptors, and he played well in other places. I don't remember. I think in Sacramento, maybe it was New Orleans. But this is a great pickup, a backup to Michael Carter. I mean, I believe was his name was Michael. Yeah, Michael Carter Williams. A great backup for him, so that's good. Then we have Rashad Vaughn, a first round draft pick, 17th overall. I don't know much about this guy. Hey, first round seems always good for me, so that should be a plus. So that's how much they gained. They were able to sign back Khris Middleton for 5 years, $70 million. I think the only reason they gave him so much money just seeing what he can do in the future, and seeing that he could improve and improve and improve. So that's pretty much it. So first off, congratulations to Jason Kidd who did an awesome job with this team, and is great developing this talent. So we have a whole bunch of players going on. We have so many people for starting lineup and so many people for the backup coming off the bench. So they pretty much set. It's just that they need to develop a superstar talent, which I believe Jabari Parker is going to be that guy. They need a superstar talent to develop. So I see Jabari Parker is going to end up in the third spot, and they're going to move this guy, Greivis, the Green Freak. I don't want to say his last name because that's too long. Alanta Punto. I don't know. He's going to probably move to the 4 spot. And then you have Jared Bayless in the 2 guard. I think they still. I would rather put OJ Mayo up there, but he's good coming off the bench. So you're solid there. And then you have, of course, the point guard. You have Michael Carter Williams backed up by, I believe, Vasquez. Good. And we have prospects like Johnny O'Brien, Miles Plumlee, a lot of forwards. And we still have John Henson, who is a great backup. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You have Khris Middleton coming in. You have Greg Monroe at the starting lineup. They traded a lot of players who were I say Jerry Dudley was valuable. I don't think they should have got rid of him, but it is what it is. I think this team is on to being great. They have the cap room still. It's just development. That is the big issue. I say development for Jason Kidd as a coach, because this is going to be his 3rd year as a head coach, and he's improving. He's truly improving. He's gotten Brooklyn to the playoffs, and he's gotten Milwaukee to the playoffs. And I think he's going to improve big time. And here I see is they're going to end up being the 6th spot again, but just with a better record. This is a great lineup. It's just the development. They need to develop more. They need to know heartbreak. They need to learn how to win. Because these guys have a good upside. These are tall dudes. Really tall dudes. Of course, except for Jared Bayless, though. But they got a lot of prospects. People, they're looking like they're on the way to doing great things. I think Jabari Parker is going to be a franchise player. He's going to be a superstar. I didn't understand at first Brian Knight, I believe his name was, the Brian Knight trade to Phoenix. The guy was playing great as a point guard, but I'm guessing they need someone who's all around good, because Michael Carter Williams, He can rebound, he can assist, he can score. He's a practical. He's a triple double. He's practically a smaller version of Magic Johnson, even though without the flash. But it seems like shows potential to be like a type of guy. You have OJ Mayo back there. This you have Tyler Ennis, who's also a prospect. They have a lot of people with great upside, and I hope Greg Monroe can develop a good defensive game. If he could do that, oh, that'd be sweet. They got two towers in John Henson, Khris Middleton, Gangus going on, man. They just need to work hard, develop, and I say they're on the way to becoming the Eastern Conference Championship team because they're gonna wear a lot of people down. I see that, and they're gonna give a lot of people a hard time. Just remember, they gave Chicago Bulls a very hard time. It was close games, from 1-6, and there was one point I thought they were gonna win the series, but you live and you learn. So that's it for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a team that should be very should be noticing. You should notice right now. They're on the come up. So next is probably, like I said, is going to be the Dallas Mavericks. Heartbreak and stuff like that with the DeAndre Jordan stuff. So Showtime here. That's it.